Jean-Philipe Auteil. Attends,
Jean-Philippe.
Non, mais juste à dire.
Sérieusement.
Je veux te présenter.
The simulacrum is true. Ecclesiastes. If once we were able to view the bogus fable in which the cartographers of the empire draw up a map so detailed that it ends up covering the territory exactly.
On va apprendre à te connaître, mon beau Jean-Philippe, parce qu'aujourd'hui, aujourd'hui, sa future épouse, tu la remercies parce que tu veux la marier, hein?
Oh.
Ta future épouse, parce que grâce à elle, t'as fait plein de changements. Qu'est-ce que t'as changé?
The decline of the empire witnesses the fraying of this map, little by little, and its fall into ruins. Though some shreds are still discernible in the deserts, the metaphysical beauty of this ruined abstraction testifying to a pride equal to the empire and rotting like a carcass, returning to the substance of the soil, a bit as the double ends by being confused with the real through aging, as the most beautiful allegory of simulation. This fable has now come full circle for us and possesses nothing but the discrete charm of second-order simulacra. Today abstraction is no longer that of the map, the double, the mirror, or the concept. Simulation is no longer that of a territory, a referential being.
Pour laver les bactéries, là.
It is the generation by models of a real without origin or reality, a hyperreal. The territory no longer precedes the map, nor does it survive it. It is nevertheless the map that precedes the territory, procession of simulacra, that engenders the territory, and if one must return to the fable, today it is the territory whose shreds slowly rot across the extent of the map.
Les yeux du cœur. Bon, donc t'étais en amour avec elle. Hein? Pour elle. C'est pour elle que tu fais ça, c'est ça.
It is the real, and not the map, whose vestiges persist here and there in the deserts that are no longer those of the empire, but ours. The desert of the real itself. In fact, even inverted. Bogus's fable is unusable, only the allegory of the empire perhaps remains, because it is with this same imperialism that present-day simulators attempt to make the real, all of the real, coincide with their models of simulation. But it is no longer a question of either maps or territories. Something has disappeared.
Oui, à cause de ça, les pesticides.
The sovereign difference, between one and the other, that constituted the charm of abstraction. Because it is difference that constitutes the poetry of the map and the charm of the territory, the magic of the concept. The magic of the concept. The magic of the concept and the charm of the real.
Yo, est-ce que ta blonde, dans ta vie à toi, là, est-ce que ta blonde a un effet calmant sur toi?
This imaginary of representation, which simultaneously culminates in and is engulfed by the cartographer's mad project of the ideal coextensivity of map and territory.
On va l'appeler, appelle-nous s'il te plaît, comment elle s'appelle?
Disappears in the simulation whose operation is nuclear and genetic. No longer at all specular or discursive. It is all of metaphysics that is lost.
Oui, regarde, on va arrêter ça, la pesticide, puis manger bio, là, parce que là, on en a assez parlé. Moi, là, ce que je voudrais faire, là, je voudrais parler de ton histoire d'amour, comment t'as pu, avec elle, à ce point-là, te transformer, puis essayer de devenir une meilleure personne. Et puis, on comprend, là, ton engagement pour la nourriture bio, on comprend ton engagement pour l'environnement, mais vas-y dans ton cœur, là.
Mon cœur?
Oui.
Comment t'étais avant que ta blonde te mette au défi de changer les choses dans ta vie?
Es-tu correct?
No more mirror of being and appearances of the real and its concept. No more imaginary coextensivity. It is genetic miniaturization that is the dimension of simulation. The real is produced from miniaturized cells, matrices, and memory banks, models of control.
Tu voulais arriver dans la vie.
And it can be reproduced an indefinite number of times from these. It no longer needs to be rational, because it no longer measures itself against either an ideal or negative instance. It is no longer anything but operational. In fact, it is no longer really the real, because no imaginary envelops it anymore. It is a hyperreal, produced from a radiating synthesis of combinatory models.
Donc, c'est ça que toi, t'as changé, là, et c'est grâce à sa force à elle. Puis là, tu dis aujourd'hui que tu voudrais la marier.
By crossing into a space whose curvature is no longer that of the real, nor that of truth, The era of simulation is inaugurated by a liquidation of all referentials. Worse, with their artificial resurrection in the systems of signs.
Ça fait combien de temps que tu la connais?
A material more malleable than
C'est ta
meaning,
première blonde? Important.
in that it lends itself to all systems of equivalences, to all binary oppositions,
On parle du présent, là,
Ben, il y
t'as
en avait,
changé.
là.
to all combinatory algebra.
OK. Mais là, toi, là, aujourd'hui, tu t'es retourné à tes études? Tu veux retourner à tes études?
Oh, oui.
Oui. En quoi? En environnement?
It is no longer a question of imitation,
Oui. Qu'est-ce que tu serais prêt à changer encore pour elle?
nor duplication,
Qu'est-ce qu'elle a vu? Qu'est-ce qu'elle...
nor even parody. It is a question of substituting the signs of the real for the real. That is to say, of an operation of deterring every real
Tu sais, fait que
C'est
là,
vrai, oui, oui, c'est la climatisée.
process via its operational double. A programmatic, metastable, perfectly descriptive machine that offers all the signs of the real and short-circuits all its vicissitudes. Never again will the real have the chance to produce itself. Such is the vital function of the model in a system of death, or rather, of anticipated resurrection, that no longer even gives the event of death a chance. A hyperreal henceforth sheltered from the imaginary, and from any distinction between the real and the imaginary, leaving room only for the orbital recurrence of models and for the simulated generation of differences. The divine irreference of images. To dissimulate is to pretend not to have what one has. To simulate is to feign to have
elle
what...
a dit, mais attends, faut juste finir ça.
Oui, oui, on va le
c'est
finir
super
parce qu'on va
important.
aller à la pause. Écoute,
Fait que là, mais
vas-y,
moi,
vas-y.
l'affaire que j'ai compris, là,
To simulate is to feign to have what one doesn't have. One implies a presence.
Bon, regarde, ça, c'est tellement de belles phrases, là. On va se laisser là-dessus. Il n'y a pas juste les apparences dans la vie. Merci de ton témoignage. On se retrouve après au dernier bloc. Merci. Alors, après la pause, fini le party. C'est l'arrivée du bébé. Restez là. Yes.